Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Four of Pentacles. You're somebody with really solid foundation in life. Like, I feel like you know who you are, and I feel like you kind of have you have a certain routine that you stick with. It's kind of like you know what works for you, you know? I feel that you have, you've put in a lot of work to build up your life in a certain way. Yeah, I think that you enjoy being at home. You like your sanctuary. You like to have your things in the place where you like them. Things probably are quite orderly. Not stuffy and formal and all that, but you know, like lived in. My grandma used to say, like, she didn't want to keep her house spotless. She wants to live in a place that feels lived in, you know. And I think that's kind of what we have here. Like, this feels like a very cozy place for you. I think that you cherish your time being home. I feel like you have created a space for healing, for health, for joy, for safety. You know, and I think this is really representing your sanctuary. It's either your home or it's a certain room in your house. It's your temple, right? And I think that it's our sort of like external temple, but it's also kind of like our body as our temple, you know. And I think that you have a reverence for this sort of thing in your life. Yeah. Now, the thing about the Four of Pentacles is it can be a little bit isolating. You know, it may be suggesting like, okay, where's the five? You know, where's the adventure? Where's the spontaneity? Where is the spice? You know, so let's take a look. Let's see what is going on here for you. Well, now we've got the Knight of Cups, a Four of Cups, a Knight of Wands. Okay, I get it. An Eight of Cups too. And a Five. Well, I was asking where the Five is. There's the Five. I feel like this is, I think we're talking about relationships right now, okay? Not necessarily just romantic. I feel like you're in a phase right now that favors all relationships. Okay, especially in the areas of perhaps romance and money as well. I think it's a great time for romance. I think that you're in love with your life, and I think that you're a joyous person. I think that you're looking to connect with other people now. If you're in a marriage already, I feel like things are really going to things are going to awaken. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a surge of this very affectionate energy. And if you're not in a relationship right now, I feel like there might be a pull toward more intimacy, or meeting new people, and, you know, maybe opening up to the possibility of falling in love. Okay? Let's put the rest of our cards down on the table here. Here we have the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant, and the Empress, and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, see, in love and money, you're going to be very fortunate in love and money. If you're married now, your marriage is going to flourish as we sort of rekindle the flames here, okay? Renew your efforts to communicate with your significant person, okay? This is really a lot of water here. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here and put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Let's use our intuition. Okay, let's look around the room here. We've got just really two major arcana energies. We've got the Hierophant and the Empress. The Hierophant is very sort of predictable, very fixed, very much in a routine, does not like change, does not like innovation, does not like spontaneity, does not like anything new, doesn't like surprises. The Empress, of course, is very much a card of surprise, very much a card of just growth and spontaneity and sort of like letting loose, you know, very, very formal and, very kind of very relaxed and very open to new energies. Okay. And so I think we're kind of like, we're learning to relax a little bit. We're learning to open up our doors, I think, a little bit here, because the Four of Pentacles can be a card that's very closed off. Okay, and I think it's closed off in a way that's like, you know what, I got my life, I've got my routine, I like my routine, I like what's going on, I like the way I do things, I like doing things my way, you know. But I think there's also this feeling like, something's kind of missing, like I want to, you know, I'm kind of feeling like I want to spice things up a little bit. So we've got the Knight of Cups here. And this is about feeling a passion towards something. It's a card of giving and receiving love and affection. It's a card of following your heart. It's a card of passion. I feel like there's an awakening of this desire in you. Okay. And I think it's taking us, you know, toward adventure. It's taking us out on a quest to seek the love that we want in our life, whether it's romantic love, divine love, self-love, platonic love, it doesn't matter. I think that you're reaching out to connect with other people, okay, in a way that's sort of, you know, it's taking you outside of your familiar surroundings, okay? We have our major arcana energies. We got a little bit of fire back here. We've got water, 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 a lot of water. We don't have any air, and we've got our earth energies here. I think that following your heart right now, following your passion, is going to really pay off, even though we're worried about the Five of Cups. We're worried about the roller coaster of emotions. Anytime you're following your passion, you're sort of guaranteed to run into some turbulent waters. It's never always smooth sailing when we're out here on our vessel, you know. Underneath the surface, the Four of Cups. I think this is very important. We're realizing that I've been in a safe place for a while. It's kind of like you've created this space in your life for healing, for health, for wealth, for stability. You've made this foundation. You've got your routine. You got your life the way you like it. But the Four of Cups is kind of saying like, I'm a sailboat who's not sailing. There's no holes in the boat. Maybe we've arrived here and we've secured our lives. We've sort of, in a way, we've sort of barricaded ourselves in because we don't want to experience the storms out there on the sea. So we're in a safe harbor. We're moored in a nice, safe cove where we're protected from storms. You know, emotionally, energetically, creatively, maybe. And we're safe. We're not taking any risks. Nothing's going to happen to the boat. Yeah, but if there's no risk, there's no reward either. Okay? And we're talking love and money. Okay? Love and money. Because without the risk, we're not going to have the reward of the Ten of Cups or the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? And it's kind of like the Empress with the Pentacles, the Hierophant with the water here. It's almost opposite, right? It's almost like different sides of ourself are taking different roles here. It's kind of, you know, I don't know if we're being more conservative in love and being more adventurous with our money, or if it's the opposite way. But I like that we have kind of a contrast, you know, between that sort of conservativeness and the very open and experimental kind of Empress. And I think that we're really we're moving forward and we're pursuing these things that we realize that we want in our life now. We're taking risks, you know. The Four of Cups is saying we need to get back out on the water and sail the dang boat, right? You got this nice boat, you're not using it. Well, yeah, I don't want to get it dirty. I don't want to take it into a storm and have it, sink or whatever. Or just have it get, dirty or tip over or whatever. You get scratched. It's like we buy a new car, but we don't want to drive it because we don't want to scratch the paint. So it just sits in the garage. No, it's a boat. It's meant to be sailed. It's a car. It's meant to be driven. And, this could be in a response to something that happened in your past. Because it feels like we came into this as shelter. It's like the storm shelter. And it's probably in response to this Knight of Wands. In your past, in your history, there was something that you jumped into. There was something that you followed your heart, your instinct. You took a risk. You let yourself be led by the horse right into something. You jumped right in. And maybe it was kind of impulsive and it was just a risk and you did it. And maybe it didn't really, maybe you went sort of headfirst into a storm. Okay? And so the obvious response is, I'm not going to do that again. So we ended up creating a very safe place for us to dwell, where we're safe financially and emotionally. In love and money now, we're very conservative. We're very in a routine. I'm clipping coupons. I'm paying the bills. I got a budget. And the same way with my heart. I'm not taking any risks. I'm not letting any new people in. I'm just kind of being very cautious who I invite over to my house. Okay, this is saying no one's coming over to my house because I don't want to be, I don't want to run the risk of being hurt or things getting turbulent. Okay, but with the appearance of the Knight of Cups here, it's kind of like, I know what I did in the past. I know how I jumped into something and I made some, very rash decisions, or I acted very impulsively, and I have found some storms out there in life, But I can't help but feel that impulse again. Like I want these things. It's kind of like I want to go back outside and find love and money, to find, success, to take risks, to have that excitement, to have the quest. And we have a bad experience out on the road, and we don't want to go back out on the road. We have a bad experience sailing our vessel. We don't want to go back out on the water. But what do they say? Well, you got to get back in. You got to get right back on the horse, right? Or you got to get right back on the bicycle, or right back in the boat and right back in the water. So it's very interesting that we have such a distinct kind of separation here. There's love and there's money. There's the water and there's the earth. Okay? And, I feel like what we're expecting is a storm. We expect it to be just nasty out there. And so I don't even want to try. And so it could keep us in a very fixed and very conservative mindset, where we're not trying to take any sort of risks. We're not trying to take advantage of opportunities. We're not trying to grow and expand. It's safe in my routine. Okay? But I think this is a time where you're going to find a lot of success in new relationships. Okay? Not everything is going to be a storm out there. Okay? We may run into some. Sure, of course. It's going to happen. But I think that it's, right now, fortune favors the brave. We have to follow what our heart is telling us. I feel like this is not just like your desires. I feel like this is a deeper emotional sort of yearning. It's a spiritual yearning, right? And I think that we're feeling the call to adventure right now. And we can either, resist the call, ignore the call, and put some more locks on the door, or we can move forward into this Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is realizing, it's the first step in the path, is realizing that there is a lack of something. This is the Four of Cups. It feels like you're kind of saying, I'm okay, it's fine, I don't need anything, I'm fine where I'm at. This is the realization that something's missing. It's a 5. It's like, it should be a 6, but it's not. Something should be here, but I'm not feeling it. So the first step on the path is to realize that we want something. This is the card of wanting something. There's this feeling inside of us, a feeling of disappointment because I want something and I don't have it. Right? It's desire. It's the recognition of a desire, the acknowledgement of a desire. And anytime we get a 5 of cups, it's Spirit's way of saying, look over there. It's like you get you feel a pain in your toe or something, and it's like that's your body's way of saying, look over there. Look at the toe, right? So we get this 5, and it's this feeling. We can try to ignore it and say, no. I'm fine. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I'm not aspiring. My soul isn't yearning for anything. That's nonsense. I'm fine where I'm at because I'm safe. Okay? But the 5 is Spirit's way of saying, no, look over there. It's something that you need to pay attention to. And this is saying, oh, yeah, gosh, I do want something. Whether it's love or money or both, or it's adventure, or it's success, or it's excitement, or it's, a quest. I think this is a good time for you to reach out and connect with other people, both in your financial endeavors and in your personal, private relationships, friends, family, coworkers, potential lovers, or if you have a spouse or a significant other right now, reconnect with them. Okay? Reconnect with them. Connect with new people, reconnect with your current people. Okay. It could be that you've been a little bit of a hermit lately, a little bit of maybe a homebody. Yeah. And so the 5 of the first step is recognizing that there is a want, there is a desire here. There is something that my soul is sort of yearning for, and I have to recognize that there is this feeling in me, right? That's the first step on the path, yeah. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. These readings are free. 10 of Cups, fulfillment, satisfaction. The idea of not having a want or a desire at all. I've become sugar, and now I don't want sugar anymore. Okay? Which is a lot different. This is real satisfaction. This is just kind of like trying to be content. This is contentment or complacency that is not, it's not real in a sense, right? This is temporary. It's supposed to be that storm shelter, that temporary mooring of your ship. This is real satisfaction. This is real, this is real fulfillment. Okay? And we have to realize the 5 if we're going to sort of satisfy the 5. And in a way, it's, we have to realize that we want something if we're going to ever fulfill that want. Okay? But this isn't just a surface level desire. I think this is a soul level desire for you. Okay? It's not about any one thing. I think it's about many things. I think it's about, finding some romantic connections, perhaps platonic connections. I think business connections, and maybe finding a group of friends, finding your community, having aspirations, having dreams, having goals. Whatever those goals may be, I think love and money. Okay. So the 10 of Cups is this general energy that says, I kind of know what I want now. I've identified what's missing, and I know what that means, And I think it's really it's an impulse in a way to go out there and find what we need. And we've recognized, we have identified it, and now we can go and we can seek fulfillment. Okay. I think we're realizing that the contentment that we thought we had here isn't really a thing, that there is a satisfaction of desires, but very often, and very, very quickly, it will yield to another desire, and we can either deny that aspect or we can sort of go forth and try to satisfy our desires. The 10 of Cups to me is also something a little bit different than that. Okay, because if the if the Five of Cups, if these two cards right here are about striving towards something that we want and satisfying that desire, getting what we want, feels good, right? Maybe this card is about having a real contentment where I don't want anything, and maybe this is kind of the state that we're aspiring to. I want to reach a point in my life where I'm not like wanting things and then trying to pretend that I don't want them, right? Trying to just kind of deny that aspect and forcing myself to be content when I'm not really feeling it. So it could be that there's a bit of a conflict here between your 10 and your 4 of Cups. Because the 10 of Cups is that real feeling of everything is perfect the way it is. I don't want anything right now. And I think that we kind of need both of these. We need the ability to stay in the present moment and be content with what we have, feel the bliss, feel the love of what we have in our life, and then recognize when it's time to go out and start striving for something again. And I think we need both. I think anybody that says I don't have a want in the world ever, I don't have any desires anymore, they're not really alive, right? Because I think being alive is a balance between both. Being able to say in this moment, I have everything I need. I don't want anything. I love what I have. It feels good. I enjoy this. This is all I want. I have everything I need. I'm in pure bliss right now in this moment. I'm not wanting for anything. I'm not striving for anything. That's the 10. Okay? But what we have with a 4 and a 5, well, it makes a 9, right? This is the process of striving, saying, I want something now. Now I want something. Now I'm striving for it. Now I have a goal. And now I got to get back to having my goals. Now I've got to satisfy my desire. I have a goal. I'm going to strive for it. I'm going to get my goal. And yes, right? And then maybe for a time, we'll be back in the 10 of Cups where it just says, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I'm not striving for anything. You see, there's two different things, two different types of energy. And I think what's going on with you now is that this contentment that we had here, you're starting to realize that you're desiring something again, that you want something more now. Okay? Even though with this 4 of Cups, it's like I'm trying to just stay in this here and now bliss, present moment contentment, but I'm yearning for something else again. So it's like we're feeling the shift between those two different sets of energies that I was talking about. Right? One is kind of the dopamine. I'm aspiring to something and I'm getting it and that feels good. The other one is just the serotonin, the feel good here and now in bliss with what I have. I don't need anything else kind of energy. It's two different things, right? And I think what you're going through now is a shift back into, I want things again. I'm ready for something more. I'm ready for something that comes next. I'm ready to aspire and strive. Okay? And, I think there is the conflict there because the Hierophant is, for one thing, trying to tell you, no, just be content with what you have, kind of telling you it's wrong to have desires, right? To me, the Hierophant is a particular standard that we feel like we have to try to live up to. And a lot of us have this idea of enlightenment or being a spiritual person that kind of says, like, I don't have strong emotions because I'm a spiritual. I'm enlightened, so I'm beyond. I've transcended any kind of desire. I don't have desires anymore. And I think that that's not quite. I don't know if that happens or not. I'm not an expert, but I feel like that's kind of where we are with the Hierophant, where it's just like I shouldn't want anything. There's something out there that's trying to convince us that you should just be happy with what you have, and yeah, we should, until we're not, and then we got to do something about it. We're trying to we're trying to like contain our emotions, and we're trying to almost push them aside or just say no, that's not what I'm really feeling. I think you're feeling this 5 of Cups, but the Hierophant saying no, you shouldn't be feeling the 5 of Cups. You're fine. You don't need anything. You don't need anything. But it's just like, for how long would you tell your body that? When your body, you probably hear my stomach growling. When you're hungry and your stomach's growling and it's like, okay, there's noise coming from in here. I know, like I need something, right? And then there's that part of us that says, no, 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 I don't need anything. I'm not actually hungry. I'm not hungry. And we're trying to just keep telling ourselves that. Now, maybe you're doing this for a very intentional purpose. Maybe you're doing intermittent fasting or something, or maybe this is an exercise in trying to control our desires, right? So we're trying to say, no, no, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry right now. But eventually you're going to have to eat again, right? No matter how full you get. This card is satiety. You went to the buffet. You ate all your favorite foods. You're stuffed to the gills. I'm never going to eat again. Oh, I must be hungry now. Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting that, right? And we can try to push it off for a while and say, no, I'm just going to ignore my hunger for now. I'm just going to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to stay fixed in my routine. I'm going to ignore that hunger. But eventually we're not going to be able to ignore it anymore. Because it's a biological sort of necessity. Like, we're going to have to eat again at some point. The more I talk about food, the more my stomach's rumbling. So it's like that. The more you think about it, the more acutely aware you're going to be of the Five of Cups. That's why you don't have any swords cards here. If you don't think about it, then it's not going to really be there. Okay? And then you're going to say, oh no, I'm content. I'm still full. Well, no, it's the 10 is full. The 4 is like, you're way less than full. I mean, this is hunger now, right? But we feel like if we don't think about it, if we don't acknowledge it, if we don't look at it and put our consciousness on it, it's not going to be there. But it is. Okay? And I don't know if this is hunger for you. It's a hunger for something. I think love and money. I think wanting, and I don't mean that in sort of a derogatory way. I mean that in a real life kind of physical human existence way. We want progress. We want to further our success and our quality of life. And we want better relationships. We want new relationships. We want more out of our relationships. So love and money, right? And I think the Hierophant are these standards that we perceive in the world around us. Maybe there's a particular person that is kind of coming at you with some weird energy. Yeah, I don't know if they're a Taurus person. It could be. I don't want to throw Taurus under the bus, but they've kind of been under the bus a couple times today already. So there might be something going on with Taurus. Trying to sort of convince you that you don't need what you think you need. Trying to convince you, look, don't think about your hunger. Let me tell you what you need and when you need it. And I'm telling you, you're not hungry, right? Eventually, we're going to realize that this energy doesn't have our best interest at heart. Maybe they do. Maybe it's a teacher or a guru. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's society. Maybe it's the world. Maybe it's the internet. Maybe it's something that's telling you, no, you're not hungry. No, you're fine. You don't need anything. Eventually, you're not going to listen to this anymore. Okay? And I think that, we're going to have the appetites and the desires. We're going to have this, it's almost a sensuality here. This is, the Hierophant is someone without sensuality, someone who is denying that human hunger that they have. The Empress is someone that says, I'm hungry and I want to have a feast. It's time for feasting, not a time for fasting. Okay? And I think that that you have feasted and you were content. And now that fullness, that satiety, is giving way to hunger again. And so now we're kind of in the mode of fasting. And this Hierophant is telling us, yes, keep fasting, keep fasting. But we are getting to the point where we can't ignore the Empress, and we're saying, I need to feast again. And so we have the return of these desires and these ambitions. And again, for progress in our physical life, whether this is career or something like that, like we want to get better at our life. We want to make progress in our career or our health or whatever it is. We want to improve the quality of our life, and that includes our relationships with other people. Platonic, romantic, whatever. Love and money right now. Okay? And I think that by recognizing this and focusing on this, it's the time is ripe for you to make progress in these. It's kind of saying like it's the normal sequence of events. Like you feel hungry, your stomach's rumbling again. Okay, eventually you got to let yourself eat. And that it's going to be the right time. Your body's going to assimilate that food. It's going to grow into your muscles and bones and all nerve endings. It's going to be great, right? Your body needs it. And I think in the same way, like, when you recognize your Five of Cups and the need that we have, the hunger that you have for, love and money, you're going to pursue those things, and it's going to be very good for you. And I think that it's going to be successful. You're going to get the gains. You're gonna see progress in those areas, right? And that's our Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, so you got the 10, which says, I'm content, I don't need anything. We're going through this process of realizing that, okay, now things have changed, I do need something, and this is you getting that thing that you need. This is you gaining it, right? This is you taking the nourishment in. Yeah, this is progress. Now I want to look at the mystery card. Maybe it'll be a 9 of Cups, probably. It could be a 10 of Pentacles. It could be another 4. It could be the air energy, maybe the Ace of Swords. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's take a look. Oh, the Page of Wands, kind of like we're getting our tools out of the tool shed, and we're just kind of like you're sort of you're cleaning off the wand. You're getting ready to get back out there and start performing your magic and manifesting. It's kind of like we're getting our knife and fork out of the drawer, and we're just polishing up the silver, getting ready to eat. We're getting ready. That's what I feel like. We're sort of dusting off the magic wand in order to to manifest our desires, to follow our will, and to pursue these things that our soul is sort of pulling us toward again. Yeah. This is us, when you put on your driving gloves and you get the car keys, and it's just like, you're ready now. You kick the tires and you're saying, I'm ready to get driving. I'm ready to go. Yeah, we're activating our ambition again. To me, it feels like we're getting our knife and fork, and we got our napkin tucked into our shirt. We got our knife and fork, and we're ready. We're ready to feast again. Yeah, this feels really good to me. We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching reading. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner, and there's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius on Thursday and Sunday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. These readings are free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.